Audio check, mic check, coming at you live from Stansbury. Live Mario. All right, we're getting ready for a mic check. We're getting our action on here. We're at Stansbury Park, getting warmed up before we play the game, and going for some sound check to see if we get it better today. Sophomore game about ready to kick off. And welcome, friends, family, and fans, to VarsitySportsTV.com. I am the Professor Josh Price, and we are live here in Stansbury Park, Utah, west of Salt Lake City, as your Springville Red Devils will take on the Stallions of Stansbury High School. Springville won the toss, and they deferred, and Stansbury elected to receive the kick. It is a beautiful evening. The sun is setting behind us. The mountains are two in front of us. And after a mere 2-hour bus ride through the great Salt Lake City traffic, we find ourselves here at Stansbury High School. Springville will sport the visiting white jerseys with the red helmets. The home Stallions will be in the white pants, blue jerseys, and blue helmets. And it will be Jackson Earl, the thunder-legged sophomore, set to kick off tonight. Earlier tonight, JV played Maple Mountain in Mapleton, and JV came up victorious on that one, 53-14. So now we are getting ready to kick. Opening whistle is underway, and we are underway. Big kick by Jackson down to the 2-yard line, and there Stansbury's going to bring it out. Good coverage on this. Does break the first line of tackle, but there he is caught and tackled just across the 20-yard line, and that's where the Stallions offense will take over. So typically, sophomores play right after JV. With the split score, or with the game here, we're going to see some sophomores are played with JV. So Ryder Giles, number 11, usually plays safety and receiver. He played up at JV today, and so that's going to give Cougar Weedman, number 15, a chance to really shine and show his ability. So as Springville shows their 4-man front, the Stallions are going to spread it up with a 2-by-2 set. Man comes in motion behind the quarterback. Bad snap, ball's on the ground. Quarterback's going to pick it up, looking to run. He is bobbing and weaving, breaking free, and there we tackled by Cougar Weedman. So a bad play turned into a big positive gain by the quarterback. Does a good job just to break a few tackles and advances it for the first down of the evening. And so with that, about a 24-yard gain, will go number 12, the quarterback, and will be a 1st down and 10. So Springville's defense likes to play the base 4 front and sit back in both zone and man. They like to show man almost every time, even if they play the zone, just to try to confuse the defense. So Price, number 3, the outside linebacker, he'll go to the outside. Chav Huff, number 5, he'll come to the right bottom of the screen. There's the run up the middle, and it'll be stopped. And that'll be tackled on the play. This is going to be by number 4, Xander Schnecht. Great job by Xander to make that tackle. So here is our backdrop here. Absolutely beautiful look of the West Ochre Mountains, I believe they're called. As the sun sets, and we are here now. The field is almost completely in the shade. The north end zone still shows some sun. So 2nd down and 11 on this play. Dropping back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Throwing it deep. And Cougar Weedman almost with the interception, but deflects it. And number 4 does a great job there to try to pull that in. See, Cougar goes up and almost a deflection and a catch. But now we come back and we have a penalty on the field. It'll go against the offense, so that'll be holding. So they'll back them up 10 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 21. Check that, 2nd down and 21. So first 2 minutes of this game are past, and it's been a good run by the Stansbury quarterback and a misconnection going deep to the slot receiver, number 4. Schnecht on the rush from the outside, got his hand up, and he's and it is caught by 32. Looks like probably Mason Slocum. It was an odd play. It looked like the ball hit the ground, but it was not called incomplete. Slocum saw it, he caught it. Shout from his teammate, What the heck are you doing? Run! Again, that's where we talk about, or that's going to be Gabe Meeks, number 28. We talk about playing to the whistle. If there's no whistle, then you got to keep going, even if you're certain the ball was incomplete. So now the officials are going to meet and talk about what to do on this play. Again, there was no whistle. Meeks got the ball. He threw it back to the other official, and that's when the whistle was blown. And so they are going to come up with, call it incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and and they're going to stop it. The ball was misplaced. It should have been back at the 34-yard line. It was placed at the 36-yard line. So the refs, they were here on time, but they had to wait for the Springville to get here. So that delay may have thrown them off their game just a little. And so now ball is brought into play. Springville's quarterback, he runs to the sideline, gets the play from his coach each time, and brings it to the huddle. And again, at this level, we see different ways of play calling, whether it be signs, numbers on wristbands, or running to the sideline. Man goes in motion, looking to pass to the outside. He's going to try to catch the edge. He does. Is there tackled, and so that's where it'll stop. We have a flag on the play. It looks like there's a hold. Ref throws it out. Looks like the hold may have been on the outside slot receiver. So they'll accept that penalty. So it would have been about 4th down and 8. They'll actually decline the penalty now. So they'll bring the ball up to where he was tackled, which is looks like it'll be 4th down and 9, and that'll put Stansbury in a decision to whether punt or go for it on 4th and 9. So they will line up special teams. Cougar Weedman and Dallas Torres will go back to receive. There's the snap. Kick is up. It's a big high kick. Torres going back to receive. He gets it. Looking to try to get to the outside. Now he's going to try to cut the other way. Still on his feet. Dodging. And he's still on his feet. He's got a convoy behind him and no one in front of him. Dallas Torres to the house. Touchdown, Springville. Torres started off to the right, broke a couple tackles, and went to the left, and that's where his blocker set up a path for him. And Torres will put Springville on the board with 6 points. So it initially started out very high punt, allowed the Stallions to get down into coverage, and they had good coverage there on the right side of the return, but Torres just uses athleticism to get to the other side, and that's where he gets 6 points on the board. So Price will be the long snapper, Weedman the holder, Jackson Earl for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So put 7 points on the board for Springville. 8:31 here in the opening quarter. Stansbury yet to score. Your Springville Red Devils, 7. Here we are at Stallion Stadium on VarsitySportsTV.com, and Jackson Earl will go to kick it off. He will drive that deep inside the 5, fielded by number 41. He will get his block set. And there is a tackle. No, breaks the tackle, and then is pushed out of bounds by 33 Slocum. Looks like 30, it was at 32, Isaac's Fielder was the first man down there. And we have a flag thrown on that. Holding will go against the return team.
You gotta call both ways.
So that'll push the ball back 10 yards from the spot.
How about that base pass?
So the ball will be on the 14-yard line. That's where the Stallions will take over on this drive. First drive had a big play by the quarterback, a very athletic run. And then a couple penalties put them behind the chains and unable to convert a first down after the initial. So spread formation, halfback next to the quarterback. High snap over his head. Xander Schnecht is going to be there, and they're going to mark that at the 1-yard line. So a good job there by the quarterback to recover that outside the end zone. So you see he grabs it right there, gets possession at the 1-yard line, and that's where the official will mark it. So that goes with the forward progress type notion, where any part of that ball that's out of the end zone is considered out. So it will mark it about the half-yard line. Number 12 runs all the way to the sideline to get the play call. So the huddle waits for him, and he will come running in. Coming to the sideline to get the play call works very well when you're within the 25s. But at this part, is in a sense, the coach is at least 40 yards away, because they have to stay within the 25-yard lines. So now we have clock going, under 5 seconds. There's the snap. Quick slant. It is caught. Meeks right there on the tackle. Price comes to help, and there he will be tackled at about the 15-yard line. Looks like Meeks comes up a little hobbled. Looks like an ankle. Referee will call it dead and allow for an injury substitution. So Gabe Meeks comes off hobbled in the cornerback position. So Landon Higginbotham, number 18, he'll take over as right corner. Dallas Torres is the left corner. Spencer Price, left outside linebacker. Cooper Baker is the middle linebacker. Got number 8, that might be Steven Strong. Again, the numbers are slightly different for the road jerseys as opposed to the home jerseys. Schneck coming in hard. He will get there, and then it's finished off. Xander Schnecht was there to start. Number 57, Jacob Delgado, he gets this tackle on the QB read option. So that'll set up 4th down and 9, and it looks like the punt team is going to come in. 41's the punter. He'll drop back about 10 yards deep is where he'll be. Low snap, but he gets it. Big kick. Coming all the way back. Torres is going to receive it for a second return. He'll try to go to the right. Now he's looking back left. Changes fields. He's going to try to get out to the outside again. Going to pause. Delgado with a block, but there he will be tackled. Torres doing a good job and patience with his kick punt return. And that'll set up Springville deep in Stallion territory with their first offensive possession of the game. So we are about halfway through this opening quarter. Stallions offense had initial burst and just stuttered from there. And now we'll see how the Stallions defense goes up against this vaunted sophomore offense. Bradley Miller, BM12. He'll be the quarterback. His signature one high sock on his left leg. Take the snap. They're going play action. They're going to go over the top. He's got Torres, but it is incomplete. It looks like Torres was running an inside-out pattern, almost a post corner, and Miller was throwing on the outside go route and just unable to complete that. So a good job by Springville trying to go big on the first play, unable to connect. And so now we'll see 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Watch the ball!
Miller sends Torres in motion. They'll run out of this. It's Chad Huff. He's going to go to off left tackle, left side, all the way to in the end zone. And touchdown, Springville. Chad Huff going off tackle to the left side. Big block there by Misifon Ohema, the left tackle, along with Xander, or that's Cooper Baker, number 2, getting downfield for the downfield block to set it up for another touchdown. And now Jackson Earl will come in for the extra point attempt. So a 2-play touchdown drive for Springville. Man comes from the outside, tries to time the kickoff. We've seen that several times at the NFL level, where he's kind of coming down straight down the sideline and just looking at the holder, in this case Cooper Weedman, trying to time that motion. He'll do it again. So we see him there at the right side of the screen. He'll come straight down that line of scrimmage, trying to get the signal from the kicker, or from the holder. And once again, he jumps offside. So that'll go half the distance to the goal. And with that, Springville will pull off their extra point attempt and bring in their offense. As they are, look at that ball, it is about as close to that goal line as you can get, about a 1 ball's length distance from the goal line. So they'll bring in their offense, huddle up. We haven't seen any QB sneaks out of Miller this season, but he does like to try to give it to Chad Huff. And when you're running behind Cooper Baker, number 2, that is a great fullback to run behind. And they'll run right behind it. Chad Huff hits the first contact, spins, and he gets across the line. Extra point attempt is good, so put 2 more on the board. Good job there by Baker to get forward, diving through a 74. A great defensive penetration by him, but Huff gets a spin move and a little extra effort to cross the goal line for the 2-point attempt. So with 5:54 here in the opening quarter, Springville up 15-0. We'll be right back with some more Red Devil football. Ball is whistled in play. Jackson Earl set to kick, and he will. Back to the 1-yard line, it's fielded. Bringing it out. Good tackle there. That looks like it was Zizek Fielder with the tackle. So he brings it out to about the 25-yard line. So a good return of about 24 yards. Oh, check that, 27-yard line. So a 26-yard return. And now the Stallions offense will come back onto the field. We've seen them look to pass the ball. Springville's been able to bring some pressure, especially off that right defensive end position. And we'll see if they can continue that here on this play, in this possession. Lingenbotham's at right corner. Torres at left corner. Weidman is one safety, and it looks like, I can't see who the other safety is. Springville jumping, not quite offside though, on the hard count. There's the snap. Quarterback still running, and there eventually is the tackles made by Zizek Fielder. So on this, again, they're kind of doing the read option, where the quarterback is looking right at that defensive end, and it's a read on him. So if the defensive end goes right to the running back, the quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside. If he stays outside contained, the quarterback should hand it off. But that's 26. Austin Maurer, he is coming in just so fast that he's getting there at the point of exchange, and so it's hard for the quarterback to read him on that. So it is intentional to leave that right end unblocked, but just the athleticism of Maurer and before of Fielder or of Schneck makes it hard to get through. run up the middle. Slocum is there on the tackle, as is Lincoln Stanton, the left defensive end. So on the defensive line, we got Lincoln Stanton, 66. Kason Boyer, 71. Yes, and he is son of the legendary junior high shop teacher, Mr. Boyer. 56, Carter Miles will be the right defensive tackle, and 26, Austin Maurer will be the right defensive end. Man in motion. Springville responds with that. Blitz coming. Floating it over, just over the reach, and it is complete. And Weedman makes the tackle along with Lincoln Stanton coming back. What a touch on that pass, just over the hands of the defender. Caught and immediately upfield for 10 yards after catch. Quarterback had high pressure coming at him, but did a fantastic job to stick within the pocket, throw the ball, take the hit, and advance it for a first down. So now Stallions are in Red Devil territory, and they are on the move with their offense this time. That might be the confidence that the offense needs to be able to move this ball and try to get down into the end zone. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left of the opening quarter. Looking to pass, dropping back. Outside pressure, he's going to float it again. Caught again in coverage. Number 2 with a great catch. Cougar Weedman right there on the tackle immediately. Outside pressure came from the defensive ends, but once again the quarterback stood in the pocket and delivered a dime to his receiver. So 2 big pass plays, 2 first downs, and the Stallions are threatening at the 28-yard line. Offense comes back into shotgun formation. Now they got 2 backs next to the quarterback. We'll see if they want to run out of this or if they'll pass again. So a new look on offense. Takes the run, kind of looking at triple option. Breaks the first tackle. And then Lingenbotham tries to get the tackle, unable to do so. But crashing in is Neo Togaya with a big tackle. And now they are at the 12-yard line. First down and 10 for the Stallions. So 3 great plays in a row, 3 big plays of 10-plus yards. And now the Stallions are ready, looking to punch it into the end zone. So with that 2 backs in the backfield, they almost had a triple option feel to that. Now with just 1 back, we'll see if they stick to the run game or turn it back to the air. Now they're going to go quarterback keeper, getting to the outside. Great athleticism. Lingenbotham's right there, and Weedman will help out, pushing him out of bounds. So that'll get about a 8-yard gain. So there's still ability to get a first down here at the 5-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard QB keeper. Blitz coming by Baker up the middle. Here he comes, picked up, looking to the outside, and it is incomplete. It's 41 on the blitz. It looks like Nick Hidrago. And that'll go incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down now and about 1. Maybe a long 2. So we'll see how Springville's defense, when they've brought pressure, they've been able to put some pressure on that quarterback. Let's see if they blitz one of the linebackers. Trips to the right of the screen. Showing man-to-man coverage. That's how, here comes Price on the blitz. Going to the outside and just deflected at the last minute by Lingenbotham. Great job there by Higginbotham, sorry. Trying to quick out there, and Landon was right there to make the deflection. So it'll go 4th down and 2 yards. Ball is set. Again, they've been able to run the ball fairly effectively on this drive, both with a quarterback keeper and halfback run. So I would expect here a quarterback keeper trying to take it up the middle, but there he'll find Cooper Baker, who's blitzing but he gets past the blitz and through and into the end zone. Touchdown, Stallions. So a good job there by the quarterback. Saw the initial pressure, broke through it to the second level, and there he's tackled but's able to spin forward into the end zone for the 6 points. So great job there by number 12, the quarterback, to execute that drive with both pressure and with his legs, to be able to throw the ball under pressure and deliver on those quarterback keepers. Now we're in for the extra point. Almost blocked. Good rush up the middle by Baker. Gets his hand up, but not enough to get on the ball, and that kick is good. So with their third possession, the Stallions are able to move it down the field and score. With 54 seconds left, it is Stansbury 7, Springville 15. We'll be right back with some more Devil football. Whistle is underway, and they're going to go kick immediately out of the huddle. Big kick will be Cougar Weidman on the return. He's going across left side. He's got some blockers. He's got the gap. Gets hit by the kicker. He's still fighting, and there will be tackled to the 45-yard line. Great run by Cougar. Does a great job to find that. Breaks the tackle, runs to the kicker. Kicker does a good job to slow him down to let his teammates catch up. Weidman getting his shot to start today, and he has taken full advantage of it and has been spot on with that kick return there, as well as his chance on defense. He'll be the receiver at the top of your screen. Dallas Torres will be the receiver at the bottom. Miller will be your quarterback under center. Takes a snap, tosses out to the right. Huff takes the toss, and is going to break some tackles, and will go through there with a first down. Late flag comes in. So good job by Lincoln Stanton and Cooper Baker to get out for the block. Didn't see from the replay where that flag was. It may have been behind the play. Player down on the field, and we'll take an injury timeout and be back with the next play call after this. Are you injured and need some help to get to where you want to be? Well, in my house this last week, we had an ankle injury with one of the kids, so we gave physical sports therapy a call. We didn't have to wait the 2 to 3 weeks to get in. No, Dr. Jordan Sumption got us in within a couple days, and so our kid could get physical therapy and try to get back to where he wants to be. So if you are in need of physical therapy, give the pros a call at Physical Sports Therapy, located in Springville and supporting Springville Athletics. So number 30 able to get off the field on his own volition. It's always a good sight to see. We don't ever want to see injuries here on the football field. They do happen on occasion, but sometimes you get shooken up a little, and that's where it is. So we had a flag on the play. So I don't know if that was enforced to that spot. Didn't see what the white hat said. So here's where we'll go. First down and 10 after the toss to Chad Huff. Miller will come under center. Blitz showing up the middle. There's the pressure. Miller looking. He's going to throw deep, and it's deflected. Good job that time by the defense. And the home fans give a shout out for a hold. And folks, they are right. And there's the flag. Again, that pressure coming right up the middle got past the line. And the lineman kind of tackled him from behind. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And back him up. So as you hear home fans, both in Springville and abroad, you see them sometimes call out loud and voraciously to get a certain call. That time, they were spot on with that call, and the white hat agreed. So now it'll be 2nd down and 10. They respot the ball. A couple times we've kind of missed on some of those spots, but now they get reset. And Miller will go shotgun. Man comes in motion. That's Torres. Takes a snap, hands it to Huff. Huff will follow his blockers. And there he goes for a good 15-yard gain. Good job by that O-line to set up that gap. That's a pulling left guard, a good block. And Huff does a good job to stay in the running lanes to get a big gain of about 15 yards. But we're going to hold it here because that is the end of the first quarter here on VarsitySportsTV.com. After the end of the first 12 minutes, Stansbury Stallions 7, your Springville Red Devils 15. We'll be back with some more after this.
We have to limit 2-hour sections. We went to.
We're trying to punish them so you can't.
Let me know what the score is. Yeah, I will.
Physical Sports Therapy serving the Springville area with Dr. Jordan Sumption, Greg Thorpe, and Dr. Thomas Eastman. But let's suppose you're in Payson or Orem. Don't worry, Physical Sports Therapy has you. Bill Sumption, founder of Physical Sports Therapy, he sees patients in Orem. So give them a call, supporting Springville football and all Springville athletics. So here we are now, 2nd down and about 6 for Springville. Takes the snap. Fake toss. Miller looking. Hits. Dallas Torres right there. What a great fake. It had me faked out. Looks to the fullback. Gets to the outside. Miller just showing his athleticism and a great run on, or great throw on the run. Hits Torres. And it'll be now 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. And that means we are in the Red Devil red zone. So typically here we see a full mix of strategy, both run and pass. Even when they spread it out like this, don't expect a pass. It sometimes opens up bigger lanes for Huff to find the end zone. Man comes in motion, Schneck. They're going to toss the outside. Schneck with an amazing big block. Huff going to fight through and a good tackle on the 8-yard line. They send Schneck in motion and he gets a full speed run on this outside linebacker, puts him on the back. But a good job there by number 21 to cut him inside, and number 41, it looks like, number 40 on that full tackle. So good pursuit there by the Stallions to prevent a big play. So that goes for just a 2-yard run. And they'll spread it out once again. So Weidman at the bottom left, Xander Schneck's in the slot left, Price is the tight end, and Dallas Torres is all by himself top of the screen. One-on-one coverage with a safety over top if he chooses to slant. There's the play action. Miller looking for Schneck. Schneck does a good job, tries to keep his feet in, and it'll be ruled incomplete. So that'll bring us back to the middle of the field for a 3rd down and goal. So going a little play action that time. Good job by Stansbury to stay home on that backside and to force the incompletion. So over here on this play, now they're going to leave that right side open. Dallas Torres is going to be on the slot left with Xander Schnecht, and Cougar Weidman's going to go left as well. So odd formation. Now, okay, this is where it is. You need a receiver on that right side. That'll be Xander Schnecht, and that will be a whistle. And Springville will take a timeout. So a little confusion on the formation and on the play call. Coach would rather take the timeout and talk it over. 10:33 left, and we'll get one more visual of the folks at Physical Sports Therapy.
No, you leave at 4:30.
Are you looking for a fun date night? Why don't you set an appointment at Physical Sports Therapy? Go do red light therapy, a sauna, and they even have a cold plunge. What better trio of activities to do on date night than at Physical Sports Therapy? Now we're back, 3rd down and goal from the 9. From the 8-yard line, rather. Now comes in motion. Going to do a shovel toss. Torres breaks the first tackle, but there is great penetration. Not fooled at all are the Stallions. Right there, great job by that nose guard. Just breaks the tackle, gets through. They're hoping to try to get Torres on the outside there, but just that front 4 of the Stallions did a fantastic job to prevent that. So with an 8-point lead here, Springville's going to bypass the field goal and look to go score from the 11-yard line. So 4th down and goal from the 11. Schnecht will be by himself, has about an 8-yard cushion at the bottom of your screen. See if they try to speed out to him to hit the front of the end zone. Blitz showing up the middle. Here it comes. Miller gets to the outside, unable to escape, and there is the sack. Big stand by the Stallions. That comes just a jailbreak. 2 guys will unblocked off that D line, and that leaves Miller scrambling for his life and unable to get anything done. So home fans are excited. Stallions with a goal line stand force the turnover on downs, and with 9 minutes and 30 seconds and the clock ticking, the Stallions will start with the ball deep in their own territory. Stallions have turned the air. That's where most of their yards have come from. They'll send a man in motion behind the quarterback, and they'll run with number 40. Cooper Baker's right there, and it's Xander Schnecht to help finish it off. So about a 4-yard gain on that run up the middle. They send the man in motion behind the quarterback to throw the linebackers off. They run back to the right side, but Springville does a good job to stay home and to make the tackle after a short gain. So play call comes in from the sideline. Halfback will be with the quarterback with trips at the bottom of the screen. This is where they like to turn to the air. They're going to roll out a little to the right. Looking for the pass. 2 guys in the vicinity, and it's one of them that makes the catch, number 16. Number 4 was also there. That's number 10 with the reception. So not necessarily the right routes run, but both of them with good routes to open up, and number 10 with the reception to move the chains. So Springville's been able to stop the run, but it's been the pass that's moved the ball for the Stallions last drive and now on this drive. So very athletic quarterback. He's been able to get out of the pocket and escape the pressure with his legs, and still looks downfield for passes on those same plays. So they're going to go fake toss, quarterback run. Several Red Devils are there, but he still fights forward for about 8 yards. Good job there by the quarterback to fight through. There's the first contact, still going with a lot of guys on him, and just spins and dives forward and gets forward progress, about an 8-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for the 46. So we'll see what adjustments Springville does. If they get stay in this 4-man front, if they try to bring some pressure, might even think about doing some stunts along that defensive end just to throw the blocking off and prevent the quarterback from running much. Here comes the blitz. Ball was looked to the inside. Receiver went to the outside. So Price and Slocum with the blitz. And then that leaves the defensive end, Lincoln Stanton, or that Xander Schnecht unblocked. Schnecht is tall. He gets his hands up. It is hard to see. So a good job that time bringing pressure to force the incompletion. We are now 3rd down and 2. In the short yardage gain opportunities, we've seen the Stallions turn to their legs of their quarterback. We'll see if that's the case here. Huff will be one of the safeties. He'll go in the slot. Weedman will come up, and they will get the hard count. And Springville jumps like they got a rope, and it will be an offside against the defense. Easy call there, and we'll move the ball up 5 yards and move the chains for a Stallion first down. So we've seen that move effective against Springville this season. And a lot of that is just discipline and focus and practice that leads to this game. Is the D-line sometimes you just trying to get a quick start or looking at going off sound and not off sight. So looking to pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. So trying to find the slot receiver down the seam. There was a little contact there by Fielder. Does not lead to a call. Potentially could have been called. Any contact 5 yards down the field or any contact beyond the line of scrimmage while the ball is in the air is technically a pass interference if it hinders the receiver's ability to catch the ball. So there is some subjectiveness to it, even if there is contact past the line of scrimmage. Looking then to go the swing route, Xander Schnecht is going to get the deflection. We mentioned earlier how tall he is. He got his hands up that time. There he is on that right defensive end, sees the pass, gets his hands up. Even if he didn't, Cooper Baker was right there in position. Great job there on assignments on the defensive side. And though we see a mistake earlier to get a first down, great discipline that time to create a 3rd down and long now. So it will be 3rd down and 10. A passing down now. We'll see if it does not look like they're going to bring pressure. They'll sit back. They show man. This might be a drop into zone. We'll see if the front four can bring some pressure. Quarterback's going to scramble. Breaks another tackle. He's still going right at the marker. They're going to give him forward pressure. The referee at the top of the screen, he wasn't quite sure where to mark it. Referee at the bottom of the screen definitely gives him forward pressure. So the forward pressure to about the 38-yard line, and that's where it'll be marked. So that'll move the chains. Good coverage there on the back end by the defensive backs, but being in man-to-man coverage that time, it left no spy on the quarterback. He breaks containment of the rush and is able to scramble for another Stallions first down. 6 minutes now in the half. Springville with a 15-7 lead, but it's been Stallions with 7 unanswered points looking to put more on the board with this drive here. That time they're trying to go on the hard count, but got the offensive tackle to move as well. So that'll be false start.
Let's go!
Home fans disagree. But again, if usually if both the offense and the defensive person move at the same time, it's going to be the offensive person called for the penalty. Looking to pass. He's caught on, still trying to get the pass, and there will be tackled. Number 66, Lincoln Stanton, he's there on the sack. Extends his arms, and Lincoln, he must have taken piano lessons as a child because those fingers are strong. As he grabs the jersey, does not let go, and gets the sack. So it'll now be 2nd down and about 17. So you see, grabbing the jersey is legal. When we talk about horse collar plays, that's grabbing inside the jersey, specifically around the collar. You're not allowed to grab inside the jersey, but yes, you are allowed to grab the jersey. And if players have long hair, you're also allowed to grab the hair. That is all legal and not a penalty in tackling. Pressure coming, there's the throw. Up in the air, and it's brought down. Torres on the coverage. We've seen this several times, just the receivers able to go up and get it. Good job to keep position on that. And the receiver, number 30, keeps himself between him and the defender, goes up at the high point to secure the pass. So it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Empty set for the quarterback. We'll see if this is going to be a run. Looks like Springville's going to show zone. Price is going to be blitzing up that B gap. He'll drop back into coverage. Drop off to the flat. Looking to go over the top. He's got a receiver, and it's just incomplete. A good job that time by the slot receiver on the go route. The number 2 receiver, just an inside back out go route, and it'll fall incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th down and short. Call it a 4th down and 4. Quarterbacks have been able to scramble for a couple 4th down opportunities. Ball is now set properly. And Stallions are going to spread it out. We'll see if Springville puts Baker to spy the quarterback on this play to try to prevent the scramble. Going to the flat. Huff is there, fighting for it, makes the tackle short of the 1st down, and that will be a turnover on down. So they try to go to the flat on that play, and Huff doing a great job to make the one-on-one tackle. You see a little bump there, but great sportsmanship to give each other 5s. One-on-one play, and it's Chad Huff will force the turnover on downs on the great tackle, and now Springville will take over at the 31-yard line with 3:32 in the quarter. So I formation, 2 high safeties, so those safeties might be able to come over. Now they're going to rotate over, and a quick jump off sides. Wasn't quite sure if Miller tried to do a double count. I've been assured that Bradley Miller is not a K-pop demon hunter. He uses other things to motivate him and does not know the Soda Pop song. So now here we go, I formation, Miller under center. He's going to hand it off. There's a gap on the left side. Huff's going to keep following the blockers all the way to about a 6-yard gain, and that'll move the chains for a 1st down. Good job, Huff, here to follow those blockers, getting up to the 2nd level, and the linebacker and safety come in to help make that tackle. If those are the runs that Springville can get today to get past that 1st level into the 2nd level, which is where the linebackers are, and even the 3rd level at the safeties, it's going to be a big run day for Chad Huff. Miller calls out the defense that he sees. They're going to fake the toss with a little counter. Staying home, and a good job by 35. Fans unhappy. It was Lincoln Stanton finishing the block. Again, home fans are right some of the time, but not all the time. Even at Springville, some of you watching at home, you know who you are. We hear you shout out, and we don't always agree with the officials. So a 2-yard gain now will be 2nd down and about 8. Blitz coming, fullback dive to Baker, and 74 does a great job staying at home to make that tackle. He's lined up on the right guard. They show again 5 guys at the front, or he's lined up against the center, and is able to get in penetration to make the stop. So there you see 5 guys across that front line. And so it's almost a 3-4 like defense with 2 outside linebackers on the line. So that 74, he's right over the center, so it makes it a little harder sometimes to do gap blocking. Torres comes in motion. They'll send him all the way across the formation. He'll have one-on-one coverage to the outside if they want to go to it. Miller's going to look to run. Looking for Torres to the outside, and it's caught and out of bounds for a first down. Good job, Miller. You see, he wanted to run. He breaks the pocket, but he sees the linebacker coming on him, does a good job to get his hips open and find Torres toward the sideline. Good job there by Dallas Torres to break off his route and find the sideline, giving Miller a good angle to make that pass. So they're able to get the first down and 10 now. Moving into Stallion territory. Clock is at 1:17. It is stopped as Springville's looking to put a few more points on the board here. Miller grabs the snap. Going over the middle. Incomplete. Flag is down. Let's see what that call is. But going to Torres on that dig route and just unable to get the completion there. A little mustard on that pass. Here's the call. Holding on the offense. So that'll back them up 10 yards, but it's to give them a replay of down. So it'll be first down and 20 with 1:12 here in the half. Miller runs to the sideline, gets a call from coach. Miller's got a big arm. He's got the ability to go downfield, and he's also got the nice touch for the short passes. Surveys the field. We see Stallions back deep, so underneath should be where the open receivers are. He's going to go deep this time to Schneck, and just incomplete. Looking for that post corner. See, Schneck kind of comes inside, breaks to the outside, and just got the timing just off between those. Typically, we see Ryder Giles on that route. Ryder's not here today. He played with JV against Maple Mountain, where he had a touchdown and an interception. And so now it'll be Schneck getting some reps at the wide receiver. We've seen Schneck in the backfield. We've even seen him play some Wildcat quarterback, and now at receiver. Miller looking to pass. He's got the protection. Going over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. Not quite sure who the intended receiver was that time. Maybe it looks like it was for Schneck, but thrown just a little behind him. And so Stallions with another defensive stand. 58 seconds in the half. They will have the ball offensively and looking to put the ball in the air. They have all 3 timeouts as they are coming down here to end the half. So Springville with 15 points to start the game. Not able to find the end zone here in the second quarter. They also show 2 high safeties with this look as they are expecting passes. There's the run. Mikey does a good job. There is going to be hit and still on his feet. Now finally tackled after a big gain to about the 33-yard line. Springville sat back deep for the pass play, and the Stallions used that to run a running back draw, and halfback does a great job to get a big gain on that. Stallions will use their first timeout here with 47 seconds left in the half. Do you need a timeout as your car is getting fixed? Visit Clay Johnson at Johnson Tire Pros. Clay will give you 60 seconds of entertainment if you bring your car in for an oil change, for any repair, or even new tires. That's Clay Johnson at Johnson Tire Pros, bringing you 60 seconds of entertainment as if you needed a timeout in your day. So go visit Johnson Tire Pros, proudly serving the Springville community for over 100 years. So first down and 10 after the run play. We'll see if Springville again sits back in coverage or they attempt to try to mix it up, bring some pressure. They've had success bringing pressure against the quarterback. We've seen a sack, some hurries, and even an errant snap. They show man-to-man across the board, one high safety. Low snap. Quarterback's going to run. Lowers his shoulder, and there will be tackled at about the 20-yard line. So Springville drops man-to-man, and they just, or almost a deep zone rather, and just nobody there is watching, is on spy on the quarterback, so he's able to get a good 15 yards before the defenders catch up to him. That's been a good job by Stallions to recognize that and allow their quarterback to get out and run. So he gets to the 20-yard line, 36 seconds left. Stallions use their second timeout. So we are in Stansbury Park. It is 7:51, a late night here for your Red Devils. Thank you for joining us on VarsitySportsTV.com. I am the Professor Josh Price, bringing you Red Devil football at home and on the road. So Stansbury is threatening with 36 seconds, trying to get into the end zone to tie this up. Springville expecting the passes for 2 plays in a row, drop back into deep coverage. Now they're showing a little more pressure at the line of scrimmage. Blitz up side, going over the top. Got the receiver, and a good deflection there. Both receivers coming up, or both the receiver and the defender. Receiver wanted PI. Chad Huff disagrees, and the referee is on Chad Huff's side. So that takes 6 seconds off the clock. Good job by Huff to go up and attack the ball when it hits the receiver's hands. And so enough to make it incompletion. But the receiver, great route on that to get some separation. Huff able to recover. So Huff is playing safety. Normally we see him at the outside linebacker position, but he's going to drop back in the safety with Cougar Weedman. Pressure coming, looking for a quick slant, and looking for number 10, and it will fall incomplete. So again, they have a timeout to use, so they can pass the ball middle of the field, use the timeout. That time, a quick slant from the outside receiver, and the timing was just a little off, as Price and Huff were the closest Red Devils in the vicinity. "26 seconds. Third down and 10. Stansbury with 1 timeout, Springville with 2. Left in the half with just 26 seconds on that clock. Swinging to the outside, trying to get the outside, now fighting back to the inside, does a good job to keep his feet, and there will be tackled at about the 15-yard line. Clock is still running, 14-yard line. Now the whistle calls the play dead. We'll see if they put more time on the clock. It looked like it was about 15 seconds when the play ended. 5 more seconds ran off the clock before it was blown dead. So they're on the 15-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 5. The yard to gain is the 10 for a first down. At this level, it's really difficult to have enough practice time to put in that hurry-up offense such that they could throw a ball over the middle, catch it, get the first down, stop the clock, and then quickly get a spike to stop the clock again. So this is probably going to be the last play of the first half unless they can get the ball in or out of bounds on a quick pass play. So 4th down and 5 from the 15. Springville's going to bring in their defense. They show man-to-man. 1 high safety, that's Weedman. Takes a snap, looking to pass. Great defense there, goes up. Deflected, caught, and touchdown! Springville was there on the defense. That's Torres, breaks off, goes up to one hand, deflects it, and it is caught and falls in the end zone. So a great play there by the Stallions. Quarterback took a huge hit, still delivered the ball to the spot. Torres got a read on it, but unable to deflect it or to break it up, and it will be then returned for, or caught for a touchdown. Down by 2 now, they'll bring in their extra point to just make it a 1-score game. High snap, picked up, quarterback's gonna run, he's got the edge, and he will get there. So that will put 2 points on the board, and that will tie it. A little craziness to end the half. Springville thought they had the deflection on the 4th down. It is complete. The high snap, the quarterback grabs it and runs it into the end zone, tying it up with just 1 second on the clock. So we'll have one more play here in the half as Stansbury will kick it off. What an exciting end to that first half, going against the visiting team and in favor of the home team Stallions. Now we'll see if they decide to squib this kick or deliver it deep. Back deep is Weedman and Torres. Torres has taken a punt return to the house. Weedman has had some good returns, not just on the season, but had a good punt return earlier tonight. Springville deferred in the first half, so they'll receive the ball here in the second half. So a great job by the Stallions to score on their last possession before the half. Kicker will get it set. Last time they broke out of the huddle, there he kicked it. Here we go, they'll get tight on this. And this could either be trying to do an onside kick or drive it deep. Looks like they'll spread out. Oftentimes you see them do that just to see what formation they see. And there it will be caught by Slocum and kneeled down on the squib kick. And that'll take us to the end of the half. At the end of the first half, it is Stansbury Stallions 15, your Springville Red Devils 15. Stay with us through the half, and we're back with some more second half action of Red Devil football.
She hasn't aged. That's all I got from that. I was like, Nope, I'm taking it. Oh, I know. It's funny.
Slow.
Had her last child drag. They're about to come back. Oh yeah, let me know when that's ready. I like the stallion. Where does this guy live? In Bluffville? They just always go and grab. That's true. He does have like. So it could be not dirty. Yeah. Just so you know. Yeah. He does not usually wear the same. But you know how it works. How it stays. Good. You're gonna buy it here.
And welcome back to Stallion Stadium in Stansbury Park, Utah, as your Springville Red Devils travel up to Tooele County to take on the Stallions. First quarter was all Springville, big touchdown return by Dallas Torres, and then a run by Chad Huff. That put them 2 scores, an extra point, and a 2-point conversion, gave them 15. But since then, the second quarter was the Stallions with some big drives and some big pass plays, including a tipped deflection for a touchdown reception to end the first half. So we are tied 15-15, getting ready to kick it off here in the second half. Ball is whistled in play. They will break apart, get lined up, and the kick is underway. It's going to be high. It's going to be Cougar Wiedemann on the catch. Back wearing his blue sleeve. We like to see that, Cougar. And a good return up to about the 32-yard line. So Wiedemann was missing his blue sleeve. That's one of his signature looks. Glad to have it back. Expect that to give him just a little more superpowers here in the second half. Miller's going to come in. As the sun has dropped, it's getting a little darker. It's a little cooler. It is fall time here. A little autumn crisp in the air. And now we'll get ready to offense to take the field. Strong right, I formation. They're going to go, the Huff, he'll break it to the outside. Patient running and all the way to the sideline, and we'll take it up to almost the 50-yard line. That'll be a first down. There is a flag on the play. It'll be marked at the 45, so that's most likely going to be holding against the offense. So that's beyond the line of scrimmage, so it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it happens at the 45, so they'll back it up to the 35 and make it first down and about 8. Call it. So here we go now. 4-man front with some outside linebackers running to the right side. Baker with a good block. Huff fighting to the outside, and he will get a first down on that one. Good job just running off the right tackle. Stanton goes to the outside. Baker leads the block, and that gets up Huff for a first down. Last year as a freshman, it was Huff and JJ that were the running backs. This year, Huff has been the featured back for Springville, and he's done an excellent job being able to run both between the tackles and to the outside. I bet you if you'd ask him, he loves bouncing it to the outside where he's able to use his speed and a few more juke moves to get extra yards. Now they're going to run to the middle. Huff going off tackle, being patient, fighting forward, doing a great job to cover the ball. This is where strength pays off for Huff. See, the defender just wraps on the ball, but Huff puts 2 arms on the ball and still chops his feet to move forward for a 9-yard gain. So it's second down and short, a prime opportunity to try to go big. We'll see if they try to go play action, pass over the top. Oftentimes that second and short is a great time to try to go big. You have Torres at the bottom of the screen, and so that is interesting because statistically that's what you want to do on defense, is you want to jump offside to give them a first down and 10, because second down and 1 is so valuable for big plays. I don't know if that was intentional, but that is the statistical thing to do. So it'll be first down and 10 now. Springville calls a new play, huddles it up. New back in the backfield, that looks like Meeks. They're going to hand it to him. Oh, this is Fielder. Ball comes out and recovered by Stansbury. So the play before, we had good ball coverage. This time, not ideal. Jumping in on the loose ball was Baker. And so now defense for the Stallions strikes, creating the turnover, and their offense will take the field. Springville has had a difficult time these last two possessions, slowing down the Stallions' offense. We'll see if they're able to do it this time. So as they meet in half here at the sophomore level, they just go to the end zone, and that's where they talk with the coach to make some adjustments and talk over game plan. We'll see what changes are made here as Springville's defense takes the field for the second half. Looking to fake toss to the outside, not there. Xander Schneck doing a great job on that defensive end position. Folks at home, watch this. This is a great job. Number 4, Xander Schneck. You see he comes in, he makes sure he is outside contained, then he comes back in, eyes through the thighs, gets low, catches the quarterback, drives him down for the tackle. Quarterback is slow to get up. Let's hope he's not injured. Neo Togia also on that tackle. So not an injury timeout. So number 12, quarterback, will stay in the game. Comes over to the coach, gingerly jogs back to the huddle to get the play in. That's where we are right now in the shotgun formation. See if they hand it off here to give the quarterback a break. Instead, they say, let's go a hard count, and they get almost the entire line jumping on that. So it goes from 2nd down and 9 will be 2nd down and 4. I think that's twice now that they've been able to get Springville to jump on the hard count. They'll stay hurry up, won't regroup to call a new play. Goes on one now, hands it up the middle. And there's Springville doing a good job forming a wall and stopping after just a marginal gain. So 32 is Isaac Fielder on the tackle, along with number 57, Lincoln Hamilton. I believe it was last game, Lincoln Hamilton out of the defensive line position. He got the pick 6. Every D lineman's dream to get that interception, return it for a touchdown. And Hamilton lived that last week. 3rd down and short. Dropping back to pass. Blitz coming out to the flat, just outside the reach of Weedman. Caught, and that'll be a forward progress. Oh, I tell you, Weedman had the read on that and the jump and just unable to deflect it. Dallas Torres is there to help make the tackle as they stop for forward progress. Whistle blows it down, ref blows it down right at midfield. So it's 3rd and short. They go with the slot receiver on the quick out, and that's able to convert it. Now with the 2x2 set, it really spreads it out, so only 5 guys in the box against 6 different players. Blitz coming, and they will get to him with the sack. Great job there by Springville. 51 Neo on that. He's right there to make that tackle. He holds on. And Nick Hidrago's there as well to help out, but give that sack to Neo. So that's going to be 2nd down and 15. That's a big play that they needed there. Pushing them back into long downs will give that back end of the secondary a chance to maybe get a turnover. Stansbury has been dedicated to the pass, and they've done a great job with the receivers of making several contested receptions. Driving back in zone. Now looking going deep. And almost intercepted. Higginbotham, great job on the coverage. Right there was Cougar Weedman coming over from the high safety position. There's the deflection. Weedman almost gets the pick. So they try to go big, and Springville's defense sits back and is able to deflect it. So now it'll be 3rd down and 15, another big play. This is where number 12 and his dual threat is a problem for the defense. He drops back to pass, and they're not called run plays, but he just surveys the field. And if the defense drops too deep, then he'll tuck it and run it. So we'll get a wide shot here to be able to see the full field on this. Blitz coming up the middle, going out of the backfield. It's caught, but Baker right there with a quick tackle, and it'll be second down and 11. Blitz up the middle. They got a great play call trying to get it to the running back, but Baker doing a great job of making that tackle. And so now we'll see if they go for this or if they decide to punt. Looks like they will line up to punt. Their halfback, 41, he's their punter. He's been doing a great job to be able to get some couple low snaps and punt it off quite effectively. Great snap. Kick is high and deep. Weedman will get it at about the 15. Advances it. Good job there, Weedman. He'll be tackled about the 30. So good 15-yard return by Cougar. Will give Springville good field position at the 30-yard line as their offense once again takes the field. So it started off with a couple good run plays with Chad Huff. He came out and then the offense fumbled the ball. And Stansbury is able to recover. I keep on saying Stansbury Steak. That is not true. It is Stansbury Stallions. Another alliterative combination. Miller's going to hand it off to Huff. Huff going up the middle. Good job on the penetration. Breaking through and beating the block and able to get the tackle. Huff does a good job to fall forward for about a 1-yard gain. So second down and 9. That front four, or front five rather, for the Stallions has been solid. So they're running a 3-4 there. So you have the 3 down lineman, number 77. He's more of an outside linebacker along with 25. So 77, as an outside linebacker, he'll go. And typically what that means is where does the defensive tackle play? He's lined up right over the center. That's where he's played all game. Now Miller's going to run. He's got a block. He's going to break a tackle. Keep fighting forward. He'll get a few yards. Good job there by Miller to fight forward. Patience to follow the block. And there we go. So this will be now third down and about 3. Call it third down and, yeah, we'll call it 3 to where they need to get for a first down. Leakin Stanton's the right tackle. They like to get him out in space to do some kick blocks. We'll see if they run it here if they're looking to pass. Blitz coming up the middle. Play action pass. Pressure coming. Miller going to his left. Flips it over, and it is caught to Spencer Price for a first down. Savvy move there by the quarterback going to his left. With such pressures, not able to get his hips flipped. Quick little toss. Price keeps his feet in as he crosses the first down marker. So it'll be first down and 10. That'll move the chains to about the 42-yard line. '79 comes in. It looks like Anson Jolly's the center. I don't know if he's been center or if it's Lincoln Hamilton that just came out. Quick pass, almost intercepted. Trying to get a quick slant to Weedman. Just see the defender is almost 7 yards off. Quick backpedal, quick slant, just not there. We'll see if they go back to that a little bit later. Especially with such cushion, getting those quick slants is a good way to get the receivers to the defenders to get up a little tighter and open up for some plays over the top. So one reason we haven't seen a lot of the deep balls is those defenders are giving the receivers a lot of cushion. They go the fullback dive, so it'll be third down and about 7. So different strategies you get from the defensive backs. For the corners, oftentimes the corners, you'll see them give away the coverage based on where they lined up. So if a corner typically lines up head on with the receiver and his eyes on the receiver, that typically signals man-to-man. If they're off the receiver with the eyes in the backfield, that typically sets up zone. So number 2, his eyes are on that receiver. Now his eyes are in the backfield, so might look to drop into zone coverage here. Miller looking to pass, going up high to Weedman, and it is incomplete. So passing game just hasn't been the same today as it's been other days. part of that is the front four of Stansbury. They've been really strong to be able to add some pressure. So Earl comes in. Looks like they're going to go punt formation. Price will be the long snapper. Jackson Earl back deep to kick. There's the snap. Kick is off and underway. It's going to get a good roll for Springville. Keep going end over end. And Weedman and Price are there. Weedman will take the recovery all the way down into about the 16-yard line. So good job by Earl to get that punt off with the pressure coming. End over end punt will take a Springville roll, and now the Stallions will take over. Attempted a pass to the official, not quite on target. And now the ball will come in from the sideline. So Springville, when they've been able to get pressure on the quarterback, good things have been able to happen. We'll see if they try to dial up some blitzes early in the downs, try to push them back a little, and set up second, third, and long. Fielder looks like showing blitz. He'll hold off. Looking to go the outside. They got a slant, and just outside the reach of the defender, Price on the coverage. That's the slot receiver. Sets up to the outside, comes to the inside on the slant, and just outside his reach in a man-2 coverage on that is Springville. So it'll be second down and 10. Score is tied here deep in the third quarter, 2:48 remaining. Stansbury the ball in their territory inside their own 20. There's the run play. Still breaking tackles, runs into the official, and finally there is tackled. Yeah, that umpire's a tough position to be in just because so much happens, but Springville not doing a very good job wrapping up. 41 is a strong runner, and so you really do need to wrap him up in order to bring him down. Same thing with number 12, the quarterback. Both these guys have been shown the ability to run through arm tackles and to take hits and to keep on their feet. So it is third down and about 2. Fans on Springville side yelling, "Watch the ball." We'll see if they try to go hard count here. Man in motion. They go running in the middle. Caught and tackled right there. That's going to be Nick Hidrago and Xander Schnecht on that play. Good job there to prevent that. Price is also in on that action there. So it is now fourth down and 2. Lining up to punt. See if they stay in punt safe here, if they try to come after the punt. Kick is off, deep, over Weedman's head. He will pick it up, and now on his return. Breaking to the outside, good broken tackle, going down the sideline, and he will just step out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. What a return there by Weedman. Boom, hits the move, that's the joystick button. And then gets to the sideline where he gets almost up to midfield. So good return there by Weedman on that punt return. Springville's defense holds strong, and now their offense with 106 will take over to see if they can get things right. They get things going a little bit, but just unable to put play after play together to consistently move the chains downfield. So they'll stay in a tight formation, strong right with the tight end at the right side of the line, receiver at the top of the formation. They'll run off tackle right. Huff doing a good job, and he'll get about 8 yards on that run. So that play has been the go-to play for Springville, giving the most yards, is that running off the right tackle, following both 66 is Lincoln Stanton, and number 2 is Cooper Baker, the fullback. They'll go up off the right again. Huff another first down, fighting for a few yards. That'll move the chains. So they like that right side. We'll see if that sets up for a potential counter, or they also like to do that fake toss to the right, fullback dive. Again, trying to get some of those linebackers out of position as they try to key in on the halfback. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter, folks. No points scored that third quarter, so we are still tied 15-15. Stay with us as we enter into the fourth quarter here on Varsity Sports TV. As we start the fourth quarter, this is your chance to be an official. I know as a fan you love being an official on the sideline. Now you can be an official at home. On a punt, the returner calls for a fair catch but then muffs the catch. A teammate picks the loose ball and runs it for a touchdown. What's the call? Talk to your friends, talk to your family, see if you can be the official. Here we are now, first down and 10 for Springville. They're going to go toss to the outside. Blockers in front. Huff is dodging and going to fight forward to get about a 7-yard gain. Good job there by getting around to the outside. Lincoln Stanton getting a seal block and then getting a lead block. Doing a great job, number 66. They really do like running to his side. But here, that is the short side of the field. The ball is on the right hash mark, so the right side is the boundary. Left side here is the field side where there's more grass. But even with that, they like to go to that right side. And they call hard count, and Springville does not move, and Stansbury does. And so that will move the chains. Again, if it's me on second and short, I don't want to go on the hard count. I really do want to use those second and shorts to try for some big plays over the top, simply because if you miss it, it's then third and short. You can always go back to the hard count or go for a run play. In this part of the territory, they might even be in 4-down territory. Ball looks like it's out. Let's see, they call him down by contact. Players still fighting for it. So they call him down. Ball did come out, but you see the white hat pointing to the ground, saying he's down by contact. And so it'll be now it's a loss. Trying to go to that right side, they've been able to follow that pulling blocker that time to be able to get in the backfield and make the tackle. So now it'll be second down and about 13. Still getting a very large cushion, about 10 yards at the bottom of the screen. Play action pass. Getting Price over the middle. He's going to fight for it, get tackled at about just over the 20-yard line. So a good job that time by Price, dragging across the middle of the tight end, makes the catch. Tries to cut back, but a good pursuit by number 21, the linebacker, to make the tackle. So we got third down and 5, much more manageable now. Still able to do a run play, so now with more grass to the right side, we'll see if they try to run Chad Huff off that right tackle, where they have Price and Stanton on the right side. Fake the dive, there's the counter, that's the setup they have, and Huff is going to go all the way in for a touchdown. They've been setting that up all night with the run off to the right. They fake it and they pull Stanton around as the pulling tackle. And a good job by Weedman to give the edge. And it's a touchdown for Springville. So good call there by the coach. He's been trying to set that one up, especially as the right side of the field was the long side of the field side, and so they fake that direction, counter to the left, and Huff is able to finish it off. Late substitution coming in. They get now set for the extra point. Here comes Earl. Kick is up, and it is good. So Springville is the first to get on the board here in the second half. They do so with 7 points. And we'll give you one more time. Let's go back to the trivia question. You're the official. You make the call. On the punt, the returner calls for a fair catch, but then muffs the catch. A teammate picks up the loose ball and runs it back for a touchdown. What's the call? Well, if you said that the ball goes back to where... Oh, not there. Hold on. Whew. That's a trivia question. We're going to get to that one next. Let's get back to... We'll get to the answer to that one in just a second because we got Jackson Earl set to kick off. There's the good solid kick. You could just hear the thud over the head and into the end zone for a touchback. So on that trivia call, if you said that the ball goes back to where the receiver, the punt returner first touched it, that is the correct call. Anytime a fair catch is called, the ball is dead when recovered by any player after a valid fair catch signal. That is rule number 4-2-2G. So even if the defensive team recovers it, it's a dead ball right there, and especially if the offensive team recovers it, it's a dead ball. So no touchdown, bring it back. If you got that one correct, kudos to you. We expect to see you volunteering for youth sports officiating for Springville Community Sports. Here we are now, down by 7. The Stallions take the field again. Looking to pass, going over the top. Higginbotham, great coverage there, step for step with the receiver, and a good job to try to go up and deflect it. There it is right there. Weidman coming over the top as well from the safety position, so good coverage. Stallions trying to go big on 1st and 10, but Springville's defense was a little bigger. So now 2nd and 10. Play call will be in the huddle. Might even see a run here just to try to make it 3rd down and shorter to set up some shorter plays. Kason Boyer, 71, he's at the defensive tackle. They go empty set on this look. Looking for the slant over the middle, catch to the running back. It's man-to-man coverage, so he's got the speed, and there he'll finally be hit. Still going, and eventually tackled. A good job there by the quarterback to recognize the man-to-man coverage, sends his receiver on a slant, so it's just a foot race. And the halfback's got some wheels. He makes the catch and then advances the ball for some yak. That is yards after the catch. So 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock is ticking. The Stallions are moving the ball downfield, getting close to Springville territory. Some quick rotations there on defense. Quarterback run. Hidrago doing a good job to hold the edge, kick it, pushing him inside. Look at Hidrago, the left defensive end. And then right there, Cooper Baker, great read to make that tackle. Linebackers at home, this is the kind of read you want as an inside linebacker. Does a great job. Look at his first steps here. Again, highlighting number 2, Cooper Baker. Linebackers read first, comes up, fills the gap, and makes the tackle. Good job, Cooper Baker, on a great play from that middle linebacker position. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the no gain. And they get them to jump once again. Back in the day, we call this stadium stair plays, where plays like this get the entire team to run some stadium stairs, hoping that as their legs burn and as they run up and down the stadium stairs, they remember the teachings of the coach to watch the ball. So here we are, 2nd down and 5 now. Gonna look for a read option, hands it off. 41 does a good job to fall forward after he's tackled by Lincoln Hamilton, number 57. So Lincoln Hamilton, 57, and number 54, Misi Fonohema, they're your defensive tackles here. Xander Schneck, number 4, he's going to be your right defensive end, and Nicholas Hidrago, number 41, will be your left defensive end. So it's going to be really up to those 4. Can they bring pressure with the front 4? Can they contain the quarterback on some of these pass plays? Because if they can bring pressure with those 4, it means the linebackers can sit back in coverage, or else they're might have to blitz. So here we go. Looks like man-to-man across the board. Drop back into a zone, going over the top, and Weidman almost with the interception. He had the break. Man-to-man coverage to the outside. Weidman over safety over the top, gets a good break, but unable to pull that in for the interception. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. So last time we had 2nd down and 10, they went with the hard count. We'll see if they try that again. The other thing is, as teams start thinking a lot about that hard count, sometimes it gets them a little slow off the snap. So one thing that offenses might do is go on the first sound, or a silent count even, to try to get the defense thinking they're going to go on 2, but then go on 1. This time Springville does a good job to stay onside. It looks like they stayed onside. They jump forward, and that might have got the offense to move. Defense can move forward, can side to side, as long as they don't cross the neutral zone. Stallions want to run quick, but we got a foul. And it is going to be a false start. So that'll go against Stansbury. So a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 now as they go back into their own territory just across midfield. Shouts from the sideline to watch the ball. We'll see if they try to get back to where they were with a hard count here. No, they go quick. Fake the handoff, a little miscommunication, but a good job by 41 to drive forward for about a 9-yard gain. So the miscommunication, 41 was on the wrong side of the quarterback, but quickly gets it, drives forward, and just look at his feet still chopping as he's able to get it. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6 is the distance. 6:46 here in the quarter. At this point in the game, and this score, this is definitely 4-down territory. So either look for a hard count here or even a run play to try to set up to get the first down, and if not, set up 4th down and short. Safety's coming tight, looking for a quarterback run, and there is nothing going. Springville was ready for it. Lincoln Hamilton with the tackle. Look at Springville. They got all the linebackers, safeties in the box. They bring crashing in are the linebackers, and Hamilton gets the tackle. So that'll be a tackle for a loss, the famous TFL. 4th down and 8 now. Good job by Springville. They expected the run, they got the run, and they stopped the run. And now Stansbury will take their first timeout of the half. They want to talk this over. 5:55 left here in the game. And with this timeout comes this week's trivia question. Springville has a record for the most rushing attempts in a single game in the UHSAA record book. How many attempts and who made them? Springville has a record for the most rushing attempts in a single game in the Utah High School Athletic Association record book. How many attempts and who made them? get your answer the next time out. So it is a big play here, 4th down and 8. Stansbury comes out of the timeout, as does Springville. Springville shows one high safety. Stansbury spreads it out. 3 receivers at the bottom, 1 to the top. Dropping back to pass. Looking to the out route. Caught. Tackled. Where will it be marked? It's all about the mark. He's going to now scoot forward. Folks, I don't know about this mark. They're going to run it in. Look and see where he stands. He's around the 37, and then he takes a step right. So that's going to be a first down, Stansbury. Again, I don't know if that's home cooking or where he saw that initial spot. It looks like a very generous spot, but that'll get a first down for Stansbury. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Clock is at 5:40. Now with first down, they can go back, run or pass. Halfback goes in motion. They're going to fake it outside, go for the run. And Hidrago is right there doing a great job to stay home to make the tackle. So they take out that halfback to the outside, hoping to get the linebacker. The linebacker does go, but Hidrago does a good job staying home to make the tackle. So the tackle at the 30-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. So the first half was all about passing, some really big pass plays on their 2 scoring drives. Here in the second half, it's about running. They've relied on the running back and quarterback for consistent gains to help move the chains. They send 41 in motion, dropping back to pass, going over the top deep. He's got the receiver caught. Touchdown, Stallions! A great pass there, just sends the receiver on a post pattern, gets it up over the top, over the safety, and into the end zone. Touchdown. So a big extra point here to see if they can tie this up. Last time the snap was high, but the quarterback did a great job to run. So you see Springville, they're in more of a prevent formation where you got the defender way out there in the flat trying to prevent any bad runs. Snap is down, kick is up, but before flag comes down, it'll be offsides against Springville. So that'll push the ball half the distance to the goal, and now the Stallions, question is, are they going to go for it, attempt the PAT again, or are they going to try to go for a 2-point conversion? So the coach tries to decline the penalty. However, in high school, offsides is a dead ball penalty, unlike college or the NFL where it provides you a free play. So they'll move the ball half the distance to the goal and retry the attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good, and that'll tie it up. This is a great game, folks. Thank you for joining us here on Varsity Sports TV. With 4:34, Springville 22, Stansbury 22. Let's go back to that trivia question. So Springville has the record for most rushing attempts in a single game. How many attempts and who made them? Well, if you are a Springville savant, you know this answer. And that is, of course, Tavita Valetti. In 2022, he had 58 rushing attempts against Wasatch. And that set the record for the most rushing attempts in a single game. So that is owned by Tavita Valetti, who was the stud running back 3 years ago for Springville. And now here we are set for the kickoff. They set out now into formation again, looking to see what kind of look they get from the kick return team. So he's going to kick a low line drive. It'll be fielded by Weidman. Breaks the first tackle, keeps going, and stops there at about the 27-yard line. So good job there by Weidman to break the tackle. And that's where it'll be stopped. And so it'll be first down and 10. Score is tied. We're at about 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Springville offense has the ball and is looking to put points on the board to close this out.
Come on, Brady!
They go to the right side run with Huff, but he'll be stopped after a short gain of about 2 yards. Huff a little slow to get up, but hands the ball to the official, and we'll go back to the huddle and then jog off the field. So Dallas Torres, we've seen him look early his way, haven't seen him go that way a whole lot. Again, he's got a 10-yard cushion to the outside. There's the one to slow come up the middle, just tripped up, short of the first down. So it'll be third down and 1. So with the defender playing that far off, typically what you might look like is to go to that quick slant. We saw them go to Cougar earlier today on the quick slant. We haven't seen them go back to that. The other thing you do is just the double move. He's that far off, run that post play to get him to turn his hips and flip it back to the corner to try to go outside. There's the run up the middle. First down is gained, and the chains will move. So good job there by Slocum to run it on the right side and move the chains. So we are at 3 minutes and counting. Springville's going to go hurry up here. Not so much so they can pass the ball, but the hurry up allows them to run the ball again and again. There's the run again. They like what they see. Slocum doing a good job of breaking that first tackle. As he stumbles, the full tackle is made. He loses his shoe, and Springville will regroup in the huddle. Flag comes out. That's going to be a sideline warning against Springville. It's kind of an odd time to throw that. It looks like the play was done and they were substituting, and now a flag will come out. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike. Coaches continued the discussion. It looked like the play was done and substitutions were being made when the sideline penalty came out. Coach continued to disagree, and that's too much, and the official throws the flag.
Keep it up, coach!
So they don't call the unsportsmanlike, they just call a sideline warning. And now the clock is running. 2:25, second down and 13. Get on the sideline, there is a 3-yard buffer that gives the officials a chance to run down the sideline, and the coaches and players are not allowed to be in it. There's the play action pass pressure, throwing it up big, and Torres just not able to see the ball, and it will fall incomplete. So the pressure came to Miller. He put it out there. Torres makes a break on the ball, does not see it at all, and it will go incomplete. So a third down and 13 now. 1:59. Stansbury has 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see if Springville tries to run the ball to force Stansbury to take a timeout. Trying to spot the ball in the right spot. Again, the hash marks and the lines on this field are, especially the hash marks, are very faded, so a little harder to spot the ball than on a turf field. Dropping back to pass. Pressure. Miller does a good job to break it. He's going to throw up to Price. Price makes the catch. He's going to go down. And great job by Price. Goes up and makes the catch in pressure. Miller finds him. Turns upfield and fights for extra yards. Gets about 10 yards after the catch. Tackled in the 35. And we're at 1:45. Springville has first down and 10 after the big conversion on third down. Miller does a great job to escape the pressure, gets his feet set, finds Price over the middle, and they're getting closer to field goal range. Jackson Earl's got a great leg. We'll see how far they have to get. Ideally about the 25-yard line is where they'd like to get. Huff comes in at tailback. They're going to run it with Huff off the left side. Gets about 3 yards and there will be tackled. And Springville's going to use their first timeout. Clock is still running and stops at 1:05. They called it at about 1:09. We'll see if they put the 4 seconds back on. So it does not look like they will. If a couple times, even when Stansbury had the ball at the end of the first half, when they called timeout, a few seconds clicked off the clock. So they'll keep it at 1:05. Springville uses their first timeout. It'll be second down and 7. So I don't know the exact range that Jackson Earl has. On kickoffs, he's got a thundering leg, able to drive it from the 40 in about 55 yards on the regular. So we'll see on the field goal range. If they get the ball about the 25, that would make it about a 42-yard field goal. And I wouldn't put it past Earl to be able to hit a 42-yard field goal. So Springville brings the I formation that they like to run to the right side out of this. You see 77, the outside linebacker, on the far right trying to push him to the inside. Double pass to Miller. He's going to look to run. Does not happen. Way to stay home. Just the timing wasn't quite right. Looks like they're trying to do a double pass. Miller doesn't look up. He's going to try to run that. And so it's going to be tackled at about the same spot the ball was at. It'll be about third down and 6 at the 31-yard line. 53 seconds. Springville takes their second timeout. So they try a little trickeration to get things going. Doesn't quite work. And so now we will see what the play call is. Out of I formation, they have really 3 eligible receivers that they like to go to. They have the 2 wide receivers and the tight end. Springville typically doesn't bring the backs out of the backfield a whole lot, except on a couple of short yardage play action plays that they have. So we might see them line up in shotgun, bring in an extra receiver to give them 4 receiver targets. That is what we see. Huff will be the running back in the backfield. Miller the quarterback. Xander Schneck by himself at the bottom of the screen as the receiver. Lots of cushion. Middle of the field is wide open. In a zoned look, a cover 2 type zone. Miller swirl out to the right. Fakes the pass. He's going to look deep. And it's almost caught inside the 5, but incomplete. Fighting for the ball was Dallas Torres. Miller gets it up. Defenders there. And just unable to get the completion. That would have been game-changing. And so now it's going to be fourth down and 7. Trying to see the personnel Springville has. So it's Miller going to come in. So they're going to go for this. Fourth down and 7. 43 seconds remaining. We've seen them do trickeration. We've seen them roll Miller out. We'll see what they do on this play. Home fans are getting loud. Stands are shaking. 2 backs in the backfield. Dropping back to pass. Not quite sure the play call there. They had the tight end going on the corner. They had the slant route. So 2 receivers. Kind of goes between both of them, and it will fall incomplete. Have not seen that formation a whole lot out of Springville, but it really didn't give them a lot of eligible receivers to go with the 2 guys in the backfield. and just did a quick read, and it was defended well by the Stallions. So the Stallions now have 2 timeouts, 38 seconds, looking to move the ball downfield. Springville has been willing to play man-to-man with 2 high safeties, but that means they don't have a spy on the quarterback. We'll see what they do here. 1 high safety, it looks like they show man to start. They dropped a zone going high over the top, and it's going to be intercepted by Dallas Torres. Dallas doing a great job there, drops back in cover 3. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, reads the ball, finds the ball, and catches the ball. It's almost as if his spider senses were tingling and was able to make the catch. Looks like Ryder Giles rubs off on to his teammates. So big play by Dallas Torres. So Springville will get the ball. They still have 1 timeout remaining. Ball will be on the 41-yard line. Not really opportunities to run the ball here unless you're playing for overtime. If they want to score, they're going to have to get the ball in the air. So Weedman's the receiver by himself. You see the 10-yard cushion. They can run a quick out if they want, catch it, get upfield. There's a deep out to Weedman and just off target. So with the receiver, the defender that far back, running that 10-yard out just runs right into the coverage. You almost want to run that 5-yard out and let Weedman then break a tackle for the extra yards rather than run the extra yards on the coverage. Now it'll be Xander Schneck at the bottom of the field. Field side. Safety's really far back. Playing prevent, keeping things in front. Miller's going to scramble. He's going to run. He's going to get all the way to the outside and out of bounds to stop the clock and preserve the timeout. 18 seconds remaining. That's a big play by Bradley Miller, using his legs to not just move the chains, but to get out of bounds and preserve that timeout. So now they have the middle of the field still to work with. They can get just a little bit closer. They can try to get into Jackson Earl's field goal range. Miller dropping back, looking. There's the out to Cougar. It's caught, and they're going to use their timeout. So trying to go that quick out there, the defender does a good job. They try to run it out of the slot position, so the defender in that cover 2, his assignment are the flats. He knows he got the safety over top and does a great job of getting down. So that time when Springville showed 2 receivers that left side, it allows the safety to cheat over to that side and allows the defender to really focus on the flats. So now 8 seconds remaining. Ball is on the 40-yard line. Decision time for Springville. Do they try to go for the Hail Mary now, or do they attempt to try to get a reception and a receiver to get out of bounds to stop the clock? So if they can give protection, one thing they can do is, the crossing patterns have been there, is run underneath the deep coverage and try to get maybe Price at the tight end on a crossing route out of bounds. They go back to 2 receivers to the outside or in the backfield. Torres is the receiver by himself at the top. 3 men deep on the safeties. Quick out to Torres, caught, and he will get out of bounds and stop the clock with 6 seconds remaining. That is about they're at the 27-yard line. The question is, will they try that one more time on another quick out to try to pick up 3 more yards and then bring in the field goal unit? I would almost think that they have a better chance to hit a 42-yard field goal than to go for the Hail Mary. So we'll see what happens. They're getting the cushion that the receivers want. They're trying to stop the ball from going over the top. So if you see that cushion again, maybe look for that lone receiver on that right side to run a quick out again. That'll be Torres by himself at the top of the screen. He gets the cushion, the 10-yard cushion. Now they bring Schneck over to that side. So they're going to bring more to that side. High snap. Miller's going to look, throw it into the end zone, and deflected, incomplete. And end of regulation, and that will take us then to overtime. And we'll have the captains in the middle of the field to decide the coin flip in overtime. So we are tied up here in overtime. Many high schools play an modified overtime rule where each team gets the ball at the 10-yard line. It's my understanding that Utah High School Athletic Association does the college rule such that both teams will get a chance to possess the ball from the 25-yard line. Officials gather in the middle of the field. Here comes the team captains to meet with the officials. So they do a coin toss. The winner of the coin toss can choose whether to possess the ball first or second. And then whoever loses the coin toss can decide what side of the field they want to go on. So typically it's advantageous to have the ball second. That way you know what you're up against. So if the first team scores a field goal, you know you need a touchdown to score. So officials talking at midfield. We'll see what the call is. We're already at 9 o'clock at night. It is a late one. The bus ride up here took about 2 hours through Great Salt Lake traffic. Even going the back way, driving through the great town of Stockton, where, yes, our local Springville resident and football fan and legend, Ryan Strong, was actively working on a construction project, taking the 2-lane road down to a single lane. We love Ryan Strong, and as he says, he loves to mess with traffic. He was up here in Stockton with his traffic crew, or his construction crew. So it's a long drive up here. Fortunately, coming back at night, it'll be a little bit less. That bus ride home would be much more exciting with a victory here. But with these officials meeting so much at midfield, I'm curious if they're going to call this a tie or if we're going to play overtime rules. Lots of discussion with out-team captains. So we'll zoom in and see if Jeff Giles at home can be the lip reader. Jeff is a phenomenal lip reader, one of his hidden talents. Man, Jeff, I need you to text me to tell me what these guys are saying. The rules should be easy in terms of each team gets the ball at the 25-yard line and a possession to see how they score. Now the captains will come to the field. The officials are in agreement. That's always good to have the officials in agreement. There are the team captains for Springville, number 2, Cooper Baker, number 4, Xander Schneck, and number 58, Jackson Earl. So Jeff said that the officials in the discussion say, let's go for it, let the boys play. And it's exactly what the official said, because here we are for the coin toss to decide who gets to decide in overtime. They also explain the rules to the team captains. It's in the team captain's job to make sure the teams know the rules. Coaches tend to know the rules as well, but sometimes not always. In the NFL, we've seen the overtime rule modified several times. They do it very different. And here in college, about 20 years ago, they switched to the overtime rule rather than sudden death. And high school maintains that same type of format. So either he's explaining the rules or he's also just read Thomas Hardy's Test of the D'Urbervilles, and he's helping these boys with their English project that's due tomorrow morning. So, official helps them with the book report. Now it's going to be a coin toss. Cooper Baker gets to give it a call. He makes the call. Coin goes on the grass. It is called. Springville wins the toss. That second time in a row. So Springville will probably decide to play defense first, and then Stansbury will choose which direction to go. So Springville starts with the advantage. So Stansbury will go left to right as they go down to the end zone where they scored both their touchdowns. And that'll be first down and 10 for Stansbury. Now it's a chance for these teams who have battled for 48 straight minutes to now battle without a clock with just the down markers and the end zone in their way. So the back judge will take his position. Ball will be marked at the 25-yard line. Stansbury can choose if they want to go one of the hash marks or if they go to the middle of the field. They'll stay in the middle of the field. Springville's defense will be on call right now to see if they can get a big stop. So again, the way it works is it's first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Untimed plays, each team gets one timeout, and they play each with a possession. So if Stansbury scores here, Springville will get the ball. If Stansbury doesn't score, Springville will also get the ball. Starting with a toss to the outside. Good job by Baker to get there, and now teammates come to help with the tackle. That's Price and Hamilton with the tackle after about a 4-yard gain. So again, the advantage of going second is if Stansbury settles for a field goal, then Springville knows a touchdown will win it. If they get Stansbury gets a touchdown, then Springville knows that they have to score a touchdown in order to extend the overtime. So 4-yard gain, so we'll now be at second down and 6. Again, running plays have been there for Stansbury in the second half. Dropping back to pass now. On the quick out, it is complete. We'd been right there with the tackle, but right at the markers. We'll see where the ball is marked. It is marked short of the 15-yard line, so that'll be third down and short. Great job by Cougar out of the safety position. He had man-to-man coverage on the slot and did a great job to close out on the out route to make the tackle. So on third down and short, I would expect to see a quarterback run here and use the halfback as a diversion. We saw earlier to send the halfback out on the swing pass. Quarterback gives a quick fake and then draws up the middle. So to combat that, we'll see if Springville loads the box and tries to bring some heavy pressure from the linebacker's position. And they go hard count, and Springville undisciplined again for the third or fourth time today. And this no more costly than right now on third and short, giving Stansbury the first down. Stansbury likes the play call they have, so maybe a slight change up here as the couple receivers come to get the play call. Talking to the running back, I would expect this to be a run play based off that exchange right there. Man comes in motion. There's the run. And Springville's defense is right there. That's Xander Schnecht with the tackle, closing in on that line. Price also there closing in, doing good sportsmanship to help up number 63. He comes up a little sore. He'll come out, and 64 will come in. So that was going to be the third down and short play. Send a man in motion as a distraction and run the read option with a halfback. Instead, they do it on first down, and it'll be a stop and a TFL for number 4, Xander Schnecht. So we're at second down and 11. Fans starting to get loud to help support their Stallions on this key play. There's the run play, trying to get to the outside. Huff doing a good job to maintain, and there he gets the tackle. Nick Hadrago's right there with him. Again, look at this play by Huff. You see, he gets past the receiver and just does a good job to get the outside leverage to force that running back inside. Oftentimes, those outside linebackers, when they come in, or even safeties, they target the inside hip, which allows the running back to kick to the outside. But by staying on his outside hip and maintaining leverage, it forces the running back to cut back inside, which is exactly where the help comes from. So we are at third down and 9, spreading it out from numbers to numbers. Looking to pass, pressure coming. throws it incomplete. Higginbotham on the coverage there. And now we're at 4th down and 9, and this is going to force Stansbury to think about what to do. They could go for the field goal. Here, the ball is about the 11-yard line. So drop back 7 yards, that's about a 28-yard field goal. Check it, the ball's inside the 10. So this would be about a 27-yard field goal if they chose to kick it. Their kicker has the range for it. And before they decide, they're going to call a timeout. It does not look like the coach is thinking about bringing the kicker in. He's going big. He's going to keep the offense on the field. And that'll mean decision time for Springville. Do they bring the pressure and the blitz with Cooper Baker blitzing at the middle linebacker position, running the risk that if the quarterback is able to break contain, then he'll have grass to run and try to get the first down or a touchdown? Or do they sit back in coverage and try to play it safe? Big time decisions for Springville coaches. They will bring their huddle onto the field. Talking play call here, what they want to accomplish and what they want to do. Players get a chance to hydrate, and now they will take the field. Stansbury's in their 2x2 set. Again, look how far the receivers there. What on the numbers at the bottom of the screen, numbers top of the screen, that spreads out Springville's defense, creates running lanes if the quarterback wants to use it. And here we go, underway, 4th and 9, dropping back to pass, surveying, looking, over the middle, deflected, almost caught, but incomplete. Huff once again goes for the deflection and almost deflects it right into the hands of the receiver. Off his hands, he would have been inbounds, so unable to get the points, and now Springville is in the driver's seat. They get the ball 1st down and 10 from the 25. Any score here by Springville will give them the victory and a great ride home on the bus. So we've liked to see Springville, they run that ball to the outside with Chad Huff. I would not be surprised if they run it to the right side 1, maybe 2 times to try to set that counter up once again where he goes to the other side. They go quick toss to the left side. Baker's out in front to block. Good block by Baker. Huff's got a 1st down. Huff's got a touchdown. Game time, Springville. Toss left. Baker with the block up front. Huff breaks through tackles and he scores the game-winning touchdown. That'll put 6 points on the board, and it is a final. Put it in the books. Springville celebrates here in Tooele County as they fight in overtime to put this game away. Folks, what a job by the defense to hold strong. And now we're going to have our Springville play of the game, which, as you will see, is Chad Huff's overtime touchdown run. Great blocking by the O-line. They celebrate, as do I, as do you, for a big-time victory here in Stansbury Stadium as these players come to shake hands. Thank you for joining us on VarsitySportsTV.com. I am the Professor Josh Price, bringing you your Springville football. Will join us tomorrow for the varsity matchup against Maple Mountain, each and every week here for your Red Devil football.